Rahm. You got Rahm too?
Are you ready?
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Oh, well done, well done. My name is Dory Blesoff, and I'm the Chief People Officer here at kCura. And we want to welcome you to our soon-to-be new office space. Andrew Sager, our founder and CEO, is currently on the other side of the world. He's looking forward to seeing our mayor in London next week at the WBC Chicago-London Business Delegation, which you'll probably hear more about. So let me begin by thanking Mayor Emanuel and his team, as well as World Business Chicago, as well as leaders in the tech community and our own kCura team for gathering us today to celebrate some important progress for our city. kCura was founded in our city more than 15 years ago as a software consultancy in the early days. We then built Relativity, software that's now used by more than 14,000 customers all over the world for litigation and investigation to help people organize data, discover the truth, and act on it, which is our mission. The success of Relativity has really allowed us to grow. In fact, we've moved 5 times. And the last time when we moved to this building 6 years ago, the mayor was on hand to welcome us and applaud our growth spurt, which has continued to this day. So we're happy to have him back as we continue to grow. Now we have more than 700 employees in five countries to be accurate. But we're super, super proud that our home base is here in Chicago. You could applaud at that, I think. Why is that? It's because we believe in this city. We love that this city stands for both elbow grease and innovation, for helping each other and for competing to bring out the best, for respecting the legacy of the past and being open to new things, to trying new things. And on today's topic, yes, we're creating more jobs as a community here. And what we really care about and what we want to participate in together is growing a healthy and sustainable ecosystem that continues to generate meaningful work and provide a net increase in jobs in this city. And that means we work together, all the people here and many more out there. We work together with other tech companies and great organizations like 1871 and ITA and Built in Chicago and World Business Chicago to create both career opportunities and wonderful, excellent workplace cultures, so that talent all over the world will see that and say, I want to work there. This means that we continue to support the momentum of our startup community in Chicago so that the future has a place to grow here. And this means that we work together to ensure that all the people of Chicago, especially all the young people of Chicago, have access to the technology and the resources they need to follow their dreams in a digital economy. So yes, there is a lot to celebrate today, and there is a lot of work to do. And on that note, I am honored to introduce and welcome someone who supported our tech community from the beginning and is working now very hard to build a Chicago that even is a better place for companies to thrive and grow, Mayor Rahm.
I will just say when I first met Dory and we were shaking hands, I said, you got a good handshake to run for office. Now that I've heard you speak. You got 2 out of the 3 skill sets already right there. And the third one I'm not telling because you're going to start to study it. So what we have here is a number of 14 companies representing over 1,000 new jobs that are coming to the city of Chicago in the tech space. And it talks about, as Dory said, and I want to kind of weave a couple things together to everybody here, there's a diversity of companies across the spectrum. Chicago has the most diverse economy in the United States of America, one of the most diversified economies in the world. No sector contributes more than 14% of our employment, whether that's in professional services, the kCura is involved in, but healthcare, transportation, you can work in risk management across the spectrum, transportation, distribution, logistics, entertainment, culinary, hospitality, just go across it. Unlike New York or LA that are tied to a single space, Chicago's diversity is our strength. And that diversity, as Dory also noted, not just the diversity, but its past is a spur, actually, to the ingenuity and innovation that happens in the new economy and the digital economy that's represented here and is represented across the city of Chicago. And the fastest growing space, or the fastest growing sector for the Chicago economy, is the new economy, the digital economy that you all are involved in. And Chicago, while it has been the #1 city for corporate relocations in the United States of America for the last 5 years, it has been the #1 city for direct foreign investment in Chicago every year for the last 5 years. It also, its tech scene is now being noted in the Harvard Business Review, KPMG, all these studies coming out. The #1 city last year for return on venture capital, the city of Chicago. And I will say, since Dory did the introduction and all the other people up here are quiet and silent, Chicago is also the #1 city for female entrepreneurs. So everybody. While we have a diverse economy, we also have a diverse workforce. And we are a city that is making that diversity work for us, rather than some people that have advocated that diversity works against us. It doesn't. And it's not an accident, and it's great to be back at this company. But I remember when we opened this up, I think it was a couple hundred with aspirations maybe over the time to double. You're now tripled with capacity to go far beyond that. So over 1,000 jobs just represented up here with the 14 separate companies. And these jobs tell the story of what's happening in the city of Chicago. And there is a competition, and it's a healthy competition, between traditional old companies and the ingenuity that's going on in our tech space and our digital economy. And we want that competitiveness. We also want that sense of community that's here. And Chicago's a great place for new companies, new entrepreneurs to start, and also for people from around the Midwest and then around the country to see their future here in the city of Chicago. And to all the employees, as I was walking around, the amazing sense of how Chicago is a magnet for them as they started their career coming right out of college. And working together with a number of the companies that are up here, over the last year we've been doing tours, and I will continue to do that at Stanford, at MIT, at Harvard. We're going around the country also to other universities next year with strong backgrounds in engineering, computer science, to recruit, I would also say, in liberal arts. Some of us graduated with those degrees. But bringing folks to Chicago to start their career, which is all to the strength of our great city. And a lot of you have made that possible, where Chicago's tech scene now is being recognized nationally and internationally, and will be the foundation for my trip to Europe in the sense of the cooperation, and also agreements will be signed all in the tech space in 3 different cities. So somebody that's been a partner in this effort, and I want to say, I do not create jobs. You guys create jobs. We create a partnership between the public and private sector, and an atmosphere where people now want to come and start their company, start their career in the tech space, and that's the right type of public-private partnership. And somebody that's been leading that effort is Mark Debbie. Please give him a warm welcome.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. It's great to see everyone gathered here today. Today's announcement is a further testament to the rapid growth of Chicago's tech community, which would not have gotten this far without the great support from Mayor Emanuel. On behalf of our tech community, I want to again thank him for his insightful leadership and guidance as our community has grown from 3% when he was first elected to over 10% of Chicago's GDP. So in just the last 5 years, it's almost tripled. So with that, I'd like to first thank Mayor again. As the Mayor said, for those that I haven't met, I'm Mark Tebbe. I'm the chairman of Chicago Next, which is World Business Chicago's technology public partnership for technology, entrepreneurship, and innovation. And indeed, it's a small world. While I've been involved in the tech scene here since 1982, I'm also the one who was able to hire Andrew CJ, who founded kCura almost 20 years ago, to come work at my company, Lante, and to see how we've been able to build upon it and see what Andrew's been able to do awes me every time I come over here. Because I think when I first got started in the tech scene, I couldn't have found 1,000 people in Chicago that even knew what technology was, let alone had a job in it. We've come a long way since then. And these jobs are a result of Chicago's growing tech community being recognized around the world for what we've been able to accomplish. As the Mayor pointed out, KPMG identified Chicago as the 6th best global tech hub in the world. Not in the United States, in the world. And PitchBook, as he mentioned, ranked Chicago as the best return on any community, on any region in the country in terms of return on capital both in the 7-year window as well as in the 10-year window. So we are now getting recognized that our companies are solid investments that deliver the best returns that venture capitalists have seen, which is why we're starting to see more and more venture capital flow into this community. And lastly, seeing the number of corporations, because for a startup, the one thing that any startup needs is a paying customer. And the paying customers are usually larger corporations. To have a number of corporations continue to come here, so that now for the 5th year straight, Chicago's the top metro for drawing them in, is a phenomenal opportunity. But the heart of it all is really our tech companies. So I want to take this moment to recognize the 14 companies that we've organized here and that are contributing more jobs to the growth of the community. Because what we've seen, whether it was with Andrew coming to Chicago to work for Lonte, or with the newest and latest employees who are coming from schools such as UIUC, Stanford, and Michigan, and the like, what we're starting to see is they come here, they get a job, they start working, they come up with an idea, build on the ecosystem that we have here, and create new companies. And it's that flowering and the growing of creating a garden of tech companies that really allows us to happen. We have 14 here that we're recognizing today. So let me introduce each of them and talk about what their contribution is in terms of new job hires in 2017 alone. So starting over here, we have 4C. It's a data science and media technology company with solutions for multi-screen convergence. And this year they're hiring 40 new people. And these are all net new hires. They're not 40 people to replace the people, but net new hires of 40 people. All of them will be. Fifth column is an information security company focused on advanced real-time threat protection and managed threat detection and response, and they will be hiring 35 new jobs. Active Campaign is an intelligence-driven marketing and sales automation company helping companies grow by strengthening their relationship with their customers. They are bringing in 150 new jobs to the tech community. CityBase is one of our newer startups, and it's a technology firm that gives people and businesses an intuitive way to interact with government agencies and utilities, and they are hiring 50 new jobs. Innova is a longtime member of the community and is continuing to grow more and more. They're a provider of online financial services to non-prime consumers and small businesses, and they're adding 75 new jobs. Forkites, another newcomer to the community, is a tech company that ensures real-time transparency and efficiency, providing real-time tracking and supply chain visibility solutions with 40 new jobs. Hireology, startup based here in Chicago, that basically is a technology company that provides integrated hiring and retention platforms. kCura, our host today, the developer of Relativity, which is the e-discovery platform that we talked about earlier, and it helps quickly identify key issues during litigation, internal investigations, and compliance, are hiring 200 new jobs this year. And they hold, Origami Risk is a technology company that's committed to designing intuitive web-based software that streamlines how risk, insurance, and claims data is collected, managed, and analyzed, and shared. 25 new jobs. Performix is a performance marketing agency that leverages data, technology, and talent to create and convert consumer demand for the world's most admired brands, is bringing 100 new jobs to Chicago. Power Reviews is a provider of ratings, reviews, and question and answer technology to more than 1,000 global brands and retailers. Is continuing to grow by adding 50 new jobs. Silk Road is a leading provider of talent activation technology which enables organizations to better retain this talent. With these many new jobs, you can imagine how competitive it is. They do a phenomenal job, and they're adding 20 new jobs. Next is SMS Assist, which is an innovative mobile and cloud-based multi-site property management system. They're adding 150 new jobs. And last but not least is Social Sprout, a technology provider that offers social media engagement, advocacy, and analytics software for leading agencies and brands. They also are bringing 200 new jobs. This group collectively is bringing over 1,000 new jobs to the city of Chicago just this year. So again, I'd like to recognize all these companies for the contribution of jobs to our tech community just this year, and even more for the continuing growth of jobs in our city. Lastly, I'd like to thank all of you for your participation as we share this indication of how well our tech community is doing in this vibrant city. We will not be resting on our laurels. Through initiatives such as Think Chicago, where we'll be bringing up 200 plus interns who ran around Lollapalooza, the fact that they get a ticket to Lollapalooza, mere coincidence of why they're interested in coming. They're coming to learn about the tech jobs.
Your
in Chicago.
intern.
Right.
Tickets.
And they basically will be doing that. And then as the mayor indicated, we also will be going out on the road again, doing more recruiting. Because one of the things that we found when we went out and first started talking with employees, when we started talking to students a few years ago, why they looked at jobs outside of Chicago, they were amazed to find out that they didn't know about what tech jobs are in Chicago. The mayor has gone on an active campaign through Think Chicago, through his trips overseas, to make sure that everyone is aware of what Chicago can and does in the technology scene. And as we've communicated to these students and these other companies about what technology in Chicago means and the capabilities and the breadth of companies that are available here, they have come. We have seen a number of new companies continue to grow and expand here in Chicago, and we were very fortunate to have the mayor leading this charge and taking it. And with that, I'd like to thank you very much for your time.